You ever want to save a life, but just didn't know how? Did you know that being an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives? Now, there's a lot of myths behind being an organ donor that can ward people off from wanting to be an organ donor. Like the information that I had found on organdonor.gov. It was published on March 22nd, 2016. One of the myths was that people were too old to be an organ donor, but the truth is you can never really be too old or too young to be an organ donor. Age doesn't really matter. What does matter is the conditions of the organs that is going to be taken from you. Another big myth is that if a doctor, like if you go to a hospital to get checked up and things like that, and they see that you're an organ donor, then they're not going to work as hard to save your life. But they are actually under oath that if you go in for any type of thing, they have to try all measures to save your life before they can pronounce you unsavable to be able to harvest your organs. So that's a myth that shouldn't be worried about. Your family doesn't have to pay anything for them to take your organs. So they're not going to cause your death in order to take the organs. But if you're at that point where you are not able to be saved and they see that you're an organ donor, then they will do what they need to do in order to get the organs out. They will put you, one of the main cons that a lot of people fear is the fact that they put you on a machine to keep you alive while they take the organs. But once the heart stops fully working, they only have a certain amount of time in order to get those organs before they are unusable. I think the liver has about 8 hours before they just can't use it anymore. So by keeping the body alive while they take the organs out, it gives them a little bit more time in order to get it to the donor. Another place for more information is transplants.org. They published an article on November 4th, 2009. There's 22 people that die every day while waiting on the transplant list. Some people just are afraid that if their organs are harvested, then they can't have an open casket. But the truth of the matter is that the surgeons that remove the organs are very careful, so it's not going to interfere in regards to your open casket that you would like to have. People think that it could be against their religion, but nowadays, most all religions within the United States actually support people being an organ donor. If you still would like to review some more things, you could try unos.org. They published an article on June 17th, 2015. The organs and tissue that you can donate are heart, kidneys, lungs, pancreas, liver, intestines, cornea, skin, tendons, bone, nerve, and heart valves. Corneas is the eyes. I didn't know that you could donate your eyes to somebody, but it is possible. There's a national computer system that has strict standards that are placed to ensure that ethical and fair distribution of organs. So that way, not just anybody is going to get your organs. It's matched by blood and tissue type, organ size, medical urgency, waiting time, and geographic location. Because like I said, there's only a certain amount of time that they have once the organs have been taken out before they become unusable. So you don't want, it would be difficult to get an organ from Maine to California, especially with weather conditions and stuff that they have to take into consideration. But they also have those guidelines for, like, if somebody's in there for a liver, then they have to give up drinking before they are allowed to have the organ. If they are found to break that rule, then they are taken and put back on the bottom of the list. no, like I said, there is some pros and but there is some cons, like the keeping you alive. When I say they're keeping you alive, I don't mean that they're actually, like, you could leave the hospital. The machine is just keeping your organs moving like they should be. You are gone. Like, you as a individual, once they turn the machines off, it's over. Like, there's no leaving the hospital. But one of the pros to this, that you can look up at advancingyourhealth.org, which was published on April 12th, 2013, just one organ donor, like you or me, could save up to 8 lives. And there are nearly 115,000 men, women, and children waiting for an organ transplant in the United States alone. So, I mean, that's a big thing. It could be more than 8. But at least 8 people would have a second chance at life due to your generosity of being an organ donor. It could also help your family find closure. I mean, you know, of course they're losing you, but you are helping save someone else, which is a good thing if you look at it. Livestrong.com published an article on August 14th, 2017 with some cons. You don't have any control over who actually gets your organ. Like I said, it's matched up in a computer system that generates it automatically. So, but there are guidelines that the recipient has to undertake before they can have it. It's not just like they just pick someone out and give it to them. And a lot of people are afraid that medical students might misuse the body for practical jokes and stuff like that. But if you're in that field, then there's going to be no time for them to mess with the body or anything like that. So, I mean, it's just a fear that you might not be able to get over, which I understand. But like I said, it's all in regards to how you feel about it. Now, when I was growing up, when I was much younger, my mom had a friend who had a baby girl who was diagnosed with leukemia, and she needed some bone marrow. Well, I was unaware that I could actually donate bone marrow, so I wasn't tested because I was young. But my mom did what she could. She got tested, but she wasn't a match. The baby died due to that, but I feel like not a lot of people actually stepped up to maybe assist. And giving bone marrow is something that can actually be done without any problems. Like, there is some complications in donating bone marrow. There's complications with donating kidneys and liver. Like, it could make you have to take like medications and stuff like that. But there is living donors that a lobe of your liver could actually save someone's life. And but there's always that possibility that it might not take, and their body just reject the donation altogether. But at least you tried. I mean, that's saying something if you at least tried. But, I'm not asking anybody to be an organ donor. I'm an organ donor. All you have to do is just let them know when you renew your license that you want to be an organ donor, and they'll give you some papers to sign. You just sign the back of your license, and that's really all you got to do. But I mean, there is a lot of things that you might want to consider. There's websites out there to help you better understand everything that's going on. Like on vittana.org, they have a thing published on April 25th, 2017, that talks about how it could be rejected and will require the person to take immunosuppressants medications to help them make it on. But there is some people that already have to take certain medications in order to see another day. And if you donate and it actually takes, then they can actually not have to take that medication anymore. And a lot of it's costly that they have to pay for out of pocket. But I hope that this has shed some light on the myths and the facts of being an organ donor. And I hope you talks you into signing the back of your license like I signed mine. Have a good day.